there is a bunch of fighting tips that I can give you guys, specific tips that can help you in team fighting as a team, as a unit. I'll go in the firing range. I will show you the tips and tricks. A couple things in competitive that will help you in ranked so much, okay? Is in ranked, in pubs, in anything. When you team fight, okay? Let's say, for instance, there's a team on the high ground, or let's say there's a team, let's keep it easy, right? Like the team is like straight across from you, right? What you want to do is there's a bunch of terrain everywhere, hypothetical, yada, yada, bing, bong, whoop, whoop, right? There's a bunch of shit around. What you want to do is you never want to, like, let's say your teammate is next to you, especially if you're solo queuing and stuff like that. Instead of telling your teammate, swing left, whatever, have your teammate continue to do what he's doing. You're going to swing left, right? Oh, right over here. And you're going to shoot the players while your teammate moves forward. You're taking a different angle. And as you crack, you'll do damage, right? Tell your team to move forward. Every time you do points of damage, always make sure you're shooting, moving forward. Shooting, moving forward. Like, you never want to just shoot somebody. There's so many times I see it in pubs and in masters that, like, a lot of times you'll get shot and no one moves. No one moves. No one does anything. That's one key thing, is as you're moving, you want to spread out, because every time you do damage and you come from different angles, what ends up happening is the team ends up converging on each other, because they end up turtling. They end up being like, okay, I got cracked for 100. Watch for me. Watch me. And then that player will then stay on top of the other player. And then that player will get cracked. And then they end up becoming this ball. They get trapped in a building or something. Now, this is more important, is when they're in the building, you want to take angles of the building. You'll always see professional players or anything. They'll go from different angles. The communication is always on point. I'm going in. I'm pushing. Communication is key when it comes to Apex. Second thing is, after the team fight is done, do not worry about loot. Only loot if you need the ammo. But like, if you're about to get third-partied, or you think you're about to get third-partied, or you feel like, okay, we just fought and we're in a pretty center zone, if you're on edge, you probably could just loot. But if you're in the middle of don't loot, be like, don't loot, don't loot, don't loot. Like, go outside. So we go outside, like, go out wherever you need to go and look for angles. Be like, all right, you go loot, I'm going to hold. And have your teammates go loot. This is going to help you for a lot of people that play with friends, because your communication is going to be so on point. Is like, tell your teammates, they'll loot, you'll shoot, and then vice versa, you'll switch. So you'd be like, okay, you're going to go, I'm going to go loot now. You're going to take my spot. You're going to hold. That right there is the most important thing after a team fight, so you don't get third-partied. Because a lot of times what happens is if a third-partying team walks up, they're pretty much going to shoot you, or they're just going to ape your building, and they're going to gain all that space for you. But if you walk outside and you shoot them, they're going to be like, oh, like, they're all up. Like, we can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, it stops the push. How many times have you were like, let's third party this, and you walk out and you see somebody walk outside and start shooting you? You're like, never mind. They finished. And you walk away. You don't even know there could be 2 knockdown in there. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, unless you looked at the kill feed and stuff like that, but you just don't know. So that right there. Tip number 3, probably, again, all these are like the most important tips, but this right here is something all the time. You need to be doing this 24/7 all the time, is watch your back. Watch your back on rotating. Every time you rotate through a field, 180. Look back. Look over here, 180, right? Look over here, okay? 180, looking, okay? Like that. You're literally you're always watching your back, right? Now, when you're holding a spot, let's say you're on high ground, right? And there's another team that could be completely behind you. What you do is let's say your team is on a rock, right? Your seer player is like watching the back because he can scan with his little like that. When you're holding a spot, especially in zone, you want your team, you'll hear pro players say it all the time. It's called take space. You want them to take space. You never want to just stand on top of a spot, right? And like, that's, you know, all 3 of you just looking down at one angle. Because what happens, you just get aped from 3 different angles. So taking space is, let's say this is a POI, right? You want one team member over here, you want one team member here or here, and you want another team member literally over here. Like, this is how spread you can be and competitive. You can cover from here all the way to here on an edge zone spot. Most zones are you know, not saying all the zones are like this, but, and then what can happen is one person, right, while your 2 teammates are here and here, one of your team members can literally just watch your whole back like this. Just looking, right? And vice versa. You'll keep watching over here, then you'll watch over here, then that team member will watch over there, and he'll watch over here. Like, you're creating this huge cone, this huge arc that you guys are just controlling all this space. And by having that, it allows other teams to not feel comfortable pushing you, because they're like, a team has that. And when if a team fight does happen, then that's when it comes down to like third partying. You want to be the third party on someone that's doing this, like someone that's, you know, getting into a team fight. They get Val culted on. If you're a team on the bottom hill that wants to come up or something like that, oh, they're fighting, they just got landed on, push, things like that. Angles, watching your back, making, like, you know, looting efficiently. Again, looting efficiently goes back down to making sure that one team member holds. You'll notice all the time where I like even yesterday playing, I was like, go loot. Like, I know I'll loot, you watch, or go watch this angle, go take space, you know, taking space. It allows, actually a prime example. I don't know if I can pull it up in my VOD. So I'm going to say get space. So one of us had to stay there because we needed to make sure that there's no team walking up on our rock right here, right? I tell Morg to take space because she ends up doing a really good job. But so you see this team right here. What we didn't want, again, taking space, right? I have this top hill. Morg does something. Morg does something where you'll see where she walks up. What we need to do, me and you, Morg, we do not let this team swing us right here. This wall team, yeah, don't push too far. No, come back, come back. So the reason why I say come back is, again, what happens is that team, I don't want them taking this space, right? However, you can safely take this space by being like right here. By being here, this team, all they have to do is climb up and they shoot her and there's nothing protecting her, right? Whereas this right here, there's a hill, there's a divot where she can crouch. So let's say she gets cracked for 100 damage, she can crouch. So that way she's not out in the open. This is dead man's land. They know that too. They know that if they swing somebody here, that person's dead too because I'm going to be on the hill. So this spot right here is like a X zone. Like nobody can play this zone, but we both need to, but like you can tell they were looking on the fence, watching us so we don't take this. And we were watching this so they don't take this, right? And as we continue to do this, see, make sure that you like, you see when I crouch, angle where you're not going to be like overexposed if they triple swing you. So as you can see, like right here, nobody can see me from right here. There's no better shield than natural terrain. So we're crouched and we're pretty much like perfectly hidden from that team. Now, what we needed to do in this specific scenario, again, is we have somebody on the high ground. I got to make sure that this team isn't shooting my teammate on the high ground. And he's holding that spot, just making sure that nobody like climbs over, queues over, you know, somehow jumps over. I didn't know if that terrain was playable, but we had somebody up height. We had me right here, and then we had Morg watching this wide swing. So controlling, as you can see, it goes in an arc, right? We have all this space right here, this little crescent, right? Isn't it like a crescent little thing? So that's what I'm talking about right there, is like owning all this space. Now, the other team is probably owning over here. This team is owning all of this space over here. And then there's like miscellaneous teams that are just pinched and they're stuck and they don't have space, right? It's like every team tries to control as much space as you possibly can comfortably. Now, there is a possibility where you can try to own as much space as possible, but it is absolutely okay to lose some space. If you're holding too much, be like, okay, we're holding too much. Come back. We'll shorten our spot, right? So there is certain areas where if you're holding so much space, you can shorten it down and use the terrain and be like, okay, they can play on that side. Now we just have to shorten our space and watch that team so they don't push us. And that is another thing in Apex Legends. So the basics of Apex Legends, competitive, ranked, all that stuff, is you want to make sure one is controlling the space. That is probably the most key in terms of climbing ranked and more so in competitive. I don't know about ranked, because in ranked, you just kind of get aped. But for the most part, those base rules are how a lot of Apex players play. You'll see Hal scream it 24/7. He sometimes does it more aggressively. He goes, why the fuck are we all in one spot, spread out, right? He knows that he looks at his two team members. If he can see both of his team members in his fucking line of sight, in his screen, like looking forward, like if I can see one teammate here and one teammate here, what the hell are we doing? Spread out, go. What are we doing? So you see him take space. Whenever they loot, you'll hear TSM specifically, they're always like, can I loot? Can I loot? Yeah, go loot. I'm going to hold. We switch spots, right? So you switch spots. Those things are always allowing you to be as safe as possible while just controlling as much as possible. So those are the tips and tricks that I wanted to give and I wanted to explain. I wanted to help people and all that stuff right there. So they're getting shot from barometer. Shots.
The team flying like right here or something.
Let's go.
I think we walk up just to here and play here. There's a team top barometer.
Swinging right. Swinging right.
I'm right with you. I'm right with you. I'm right with you.
Yeah, I could see this kid right here.
He's on the crafter. On the crafter.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
106, 106, 150 on him. 150.
17 flash.
He's actually 25 health.
I'm shooting here. 80. 40.
I cracked the Valk here too.
Valk dead. Valk dead. Valk dead.
Nice. Moving up.
On this. Walking up on
Yeah,
this.
I'm walling. You might think our right.
I fucking queued by accident.
I don't see where this Valk is. One kid's right here. I have her.
Careful from that team down below as well.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna have to look for, like on the next zone closing in, because we can even play this wall. But I think the nut. We have all that space, all this space, the cannon.
Yeah, we should
Looks
probably
like this
play
zone in
for
there.
that, no?
Wait.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we should definitely just play.
Free shots, right here, right? You see this guy?
I'm coming.
Is he knocked or is he my stupid?
No, he's there.
Dead.
Nice.
Eh. Free shots right here if you really want to get armors or some shit. They're just... Oh, never mind.
Oh, look at this team. Look at this Giga Chat. Look at this Giga Chat team.
They got out.
Yeah.
Valkyl.
Yeah, it's going in.
Look at this guy. Oh my god.
Yeah. Looking.
Give me. 77 headshot.
Oh, I can't see him.
I'm playing up on the thing now that this asshole can't play over here. Valk on the roof. Come here.
Come.
2, 1.
Didn't see.
It's fine.
Hawk out, flying in.
Yeah,
We should focus this
I
rock. I think we focus this rock.
Yeah, I have no more shield bats. I'm on the shields.
Dropping you one. Dropping a bat.
Alright, cool.
Free shots right here. We're zoned. Yeah, got spot.
Oh my god. I'm cooming.
I've already coomed twice.
Okay, I think the Gibby team is going to do the same thing, by the way.
One got knocked. One's knocked.
I'm gonna play here.
Yeah, they're gonna bubble and they're just gonna send it.
I have an arc star for the car. I can arc the car.
Team right here. Like, yeah, they're gonna bubble it.
50.
I would just save arcs for when they slam over here. Like, they're probably just gonna launch an ult over here.
I'm trying to save my ammo. I have like not that much ammo left.
For what?
Energy. I have 80.
I'm gonna drop you here. I'm gonna drop you 20 here.
Are we all stuffing that? If they drive over?
I think they give you team.
I think they're getting fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting fucked. They're getting sent.
Try to get a kill.
Crack that.
34 flash.
Yeah, that fucking horizon is still
We can get a kill in the corner, the backside.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
whipping.
your
34 flash.
I got
Nice.
this here. Got this here. They're gonna get the res on that probably.
Another one.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
We got that kill. Did we get that kill on that?
Yeah,
on this guy?
yeah,
on this guy, though?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, nice. No, the Valk we lost. Never mind.
Y'all just watch right. I'll be able to get a lot of kills left. I have a fuck ton of snipe ammo.
Yeah, I'm pulling out
I don't think
my
left
card
is gonna do shit, to be
drive.
honest. Or right is gonna do shit.
Now that the Gibby team's dead, I don't think so.
No, I meant right. Like, I think they're all just gonna, like, ape for this
Don't
shit.
be scared to use your utility, boys, to say a lot.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking
Free shots! Oh my god, I don't see that.
I only have one bat. I can't really see.
What?
All these teams have to move on each
Dude,
other.
how is this Jin not dying?
I have no ammo. I'm trying to make every shot count, bro.
Crack this Valk.
On the cross, crossing right here. Focus this. 120.
I'm up here with you.
I can fucking zero out this if you want.
There's no one in the bottom.
Just keep queuing it, maybe. I don't know.
I know.
Valk is flash. Valk is shit on. Watson shit on too.
I'm marking it.
They're dropping. They're getting armor cross right here. They're
Crack.
really low in this corner.
Shit on them. Go.
I stuck one.
I'm getting angles. Nice.
Nice.
Zero thing.
Oh my god, juicy Cyril.
Fell. I got him.
Cyril almost cracked on the left.
Yeah. Let them. I'm going with you, Rambo. I'm with you, Ram.
Yeah.
We can walk up on this.
Climb on this, Noko.
I'm coming with you.
Valk one.
Yep.
Two dead.
Yep. Climbing up.
Win this game, bitches. Yeah.
Let's go,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go, baby. Ow. Oh. What do we say, Ram? We're winning that.
Oh, let's go, baby.